Well, as the show continues on now, I'm happy to have a great conversation with a longtime friend who we haven't caught up with in a while, Karen Hilburn. How are you?
I'm fine, Jeff. Very fine.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we have traditionally over the years had you on and talk a little bit about breast cancer awareness with your fund now called the Karen Hilburn Cancer Fund, which we'll get into in just a little bit.
Yes.
We've also had the opportunities over the years to explain to folks and encourage people to go and get mammograms. That's a big thing in October, and it's still happening. Unfortunately, with the last year and a half and COVID, that's taken a lot of people's attention, but we want to focus it back on cancer.
Yes, we do. And we have, for many, many years, Mason Journal has had an event this month, and the last 2 Octobers haven't been able to have the full event and have many people in the hospital. But please schedule your mammogram. You can, if you're over 40, you don't need to have a referral from a doctor. You can just call the patient navigator at the hospital and she will schedule you. But please, please get your mammograms. You know, mammograms have gone down 40% in the last 2 years, and that's just scary.
And do you get the sense that that's folks hesitant to go to a hospital? They're just focused on everything else that's going on, and that can lead to, down the road, some concerns.
Yes, big concerns. And of course, I understand where people are coming from. They are afraid to go to a hospital, and I just want to assure them that Mason Journal is doing everything they can to keep people safe, and there aren't people roaming around in the hospital that shouldn't be there, but they will protect you. And so please go get your mammograms. And if the Karen Hilburn Cancer Fund can help, we have our website, the Karen Hilburn Cancer Fund.org, and you can get your applications online, or we have our phone number that is a message phone, and they can call there and get information, and we will get the word out to them.
The phone number is 360-462-FUND or 360-462-3863, and I'll put the phone number, the email, and the website on the screen here for the folks that are watching the video. I noticed the name has changed, Karen Hilburn Cancer Fund. Tell me about that.
Well, the reason we've changed it is because we've picked up several more cancers that we are able, thankfully, to help. And so we now cover 5 different women's cancers. And we shortened the name of the fund, and which flows a little nicer too. So that's why the change.
And the Karen Hilburn Cancer Fund is now a 501c3 and has the federal ID number as well. Talk to me a little bit about, for those who may not be familiar, your journey and how we get here to this conversation today.
Well, I know many of you have heard, but for those of you that haven't, I had breast cancer in 2003. And, you know, Scott and I have been a member of the community for over 50 years. And when I went through it, I had no idea beforehand. I mean, experience is the best teacher, right? Mm-hmm. So it was very expensive. And I just kept thinking, how are people that don't have a good income or insurance paying for this? So when we retired from our business, we donated seed money to go into this fund. I thought maybe we could help, I didn't know, 5, 6, 7 people. Here we are 17 years later and helped over 300.
That's amazing.
And every time I think about it, I get a little bit choked up because I just can't believe we're here where we are.
It really is.
It is. And I have 16 women on my board now. We started out with 4, And the first year, we laughed so many times. I think we made $13,000 all year. And it's like, oh, we just thought we just really made it big. And here we are.
That's
And,
great.
Yeah. Lots of fundraisers.
I was telling some folks that I was coming to visit you and to talk about this, and they told me great stories of your past events and the Denims and Diamonds and just all the fun things that you guys would put on, and how much the community supported and does continue to support. Folks are still able to donate.
Yes, they are. And we had our bike tour around Mason Lake this year, which was all outside. And we didn't have as many as we normally do, but it got the word out to the area and other areas. So it worked out well. And then, we had 2 golf tournaments this fall. Alderbrook Golf Course does one for my cancer fund since 2006. You think, go back and look at your records and you go, really, it's been that long?
Yeah.
And very supportive group. Oh my gosh, I've made so many friends there, and they're wonderful people. And then Lakeland Village women's group has for 6 years now. They've donated to my fund too, and had a ladies golf tournament.
When you talk to folks and you start explaining the mission and things like that, we all know now, I mean, most every person has been impacted, either personally or through friends or family or coworkers to cancer. So explaining the needs for this, has it gotten easier over the years for you to explain to folks, or are there still some of those barriers that people kind of still keep it at arm's length sometimes?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for people to talk about.
Yeah.
If you're going through it, we help women that just will not let you use their name in any way because of the stigma, and so they want to keep it quiet. We have reached out to women that we found out had breast cancer, or was very worried because they had a symptom but didn't want to even go to the doctor or the hospital. So we want to keep talking to people. We want to keep getting that word out there that don't hesitate ever. And there is help. Lots of people will help. And, there's insurance they can sign up for. And Mason General has someone on staff all the time that will help with that. Or they can apply to the fund, and we will help them. And we pay for fuel for people to get to their appointments, because Mason County does not have radiation here. It's amazing the people that can't even afford to go to their appointments.
Sure.
And so we'll help with that too.
At a certain time there was, with cancer, it was a death sentence. Now people, through the different treatments that you're talking about and through the support groups and the help, there is ability to live through and past this and get on the other side and have a great, fruitful life and go on to help others, just like you have.
Well, it was 2003 when I was diagnosed, and here I am.
Yeah.
And so it isn't a death sentence. Word cancer is scary.
Sure.
But if you treat it early, and there's many, many, many doctors that are out there that will help them, and if you treat it early, you can lead a good life.
Yeah.
And
mammograms are just one way to get tested. For men and women, there are ways to be tested for this and to be just sure and have a nice sense of assureness of things. And the Karen Hilburn Cancer Fund is a great place to start if you're looking to either get information, ask for help, offer help, or more. 360-462-FUND, or online, KarenHilburnCancerFund.org. Again, I'll put that here so people can see that. It's always nice to talk with you. Do you have some more?
Just one thing
Please.
brought to mind is that I want your audience to know it's not just women that get breast cancer.
Yeah.
And we were involved with a gentleman that had breast cancer, and we're going to help him, but his insurance, he found out that his insurance would take care of it, but we talked to him for quite some time, and he had breast cancer. So it's not exclusive to women.
Sure.
Men do get it, and we will help them.
Karen,
So-
it's good to see you.
Good to see you, Jeff. Very good.
Thanks for keep up the good work here.
You know, I love my community. I just do. Everybody is just wonderful, and we're so lucky to live here. We want to keep everybody healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.